What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Realignment Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. We're out here, man. We actually get a rematch here in bowl season. We're out here in the Armed Forces Bowl. We are taking on this Michigan Wolverine squad again. Now, when we played them last time, they were actually not only ranked in the top 25, but they was a top 5 team, man. They was nice with it, but you know, they had some problems towards the second half of the season. They lost 4 of their last 5 games actually, and they have fallen outside of the top 25 in its entirety. And we're coming in a little bit better. You know, we've won at least 2 of our last 4 games. You know, we're not doing as good. We kind of had a slower stretch as well, but hey, let's come out here. We got some chance to get some revenge, and let's see if we can make it happen, man. So hope you guys are excited for it. If you are, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you have to be brand new. Time to go ahead and hit that field and take on this Michigan squad. Let's get it. Alright, boys, so let's go ahead and take the field, man. Taking on now an unranked Michigan squad. We got some work cut out for us here, man, as we had Kendavius Richardson make a fantastic play for us downfield, man. That's what we needed. Gain of 12. So we're going to rock with this 4 verts till it hurts now. We need a big play here on 3rd and 10. Going to try to launch one downfield, but we overthrew Deshaun McDaniels, man. That hurts the soul a little bit. Thankfully, that defense holds up, but we can't be getting away with stuff like that, man. We got to get productive possessions against this team. Otherwise, stuff like that, are you kidding me? That almost never happens in this game, man. Are you joking right now? We get intercepted that way. Oh, that's crazy. We might be in for a long day if they're getting plays like that. So, down 14-0, man. Gonna try to respond. Try to get another big play downfield, but we get intercepted again. Man, this secondary, they are not a joke whatsoever, man. Kendall Andrews gets the interception this time around. We was looking for a tight end, Zach Leak. He was definitely not open, and not a spot where we want to be, man. 21-0, and not even out of the first quarter yet, but we do get a really good play downfield. Travis Sanders gets his first catch of the day, goes for a gain of 14, as we'll throw again on 2nd and 8, and that time, that was just an off-target throw. It's not even that bad of a decision, right? Like, that man is usually open, but John Johnson was just right place in the right time, and Ryan Fisher just having a nightmare of a game. This is his last collegiate game as well. And right now, not going out how he wants to go out. Down 28-0 now. We have still not put up anything on the board yet. I think last time we played these guys, we lost 40-10. But, I mean, at least last time we played a little bit better, as that was a dangerous throw. Man, we got away with one right there. Thankfully, Deshaun McDaniels makes a great play and makes the catch before going out of bounds. We'll target him again. And for the very first time today, we are actually going to be in the red zone, so we might come away with some points. But facing 3rd and long, though, as we're going to throw over the right-hand side. Looking towards the back of the end zone, and it's going to be knocked away. 4th and 10. And our head coach really does not believe in our kicker, man. He wants us to go for it here. We have struggled at this point. You know, got nothing really much to lose. As Fisher's just looking for somebody to get open. Trying to throw it up. Because, I mean, it was 4th and 10. I mean, we can't just throw the ball away. It was going to be a turnover anyways. We at least tried to do something there, but drove all the way down the field. Even got into the red zone. And it doesn't lead to any points, man. Tough look for us for sure. Still down 28-0, by the way. So we desperately need to turn this thing around, and we need to turn it around yesterday. As we go 4 verts here. 4 wide set. Empty backfield now that the running backs leaked out. Looking downfield, trying to throw it up, and that gets intercepted. Oh, 4 interceptions. No, 4? 5. 5 interceptions in this game for Ryan Fisher. Just not how you want to end the season, man. As somehow we're still only down 28-0. Although, I wish the nightmare was low-key over already. It's not been a look for us as we get intercepted a 6th time. Jesus, man. This right here might be the very worst NCAA 14 game that I have ever played. Not only like in this series, but in other series, and even like in, you know, offline gameplay, you know, just playing with the boys, you know. 6 interceptions. Man, it's a tough one. Down 35-0 as well. As we got a minute left here in this first half. Gonna throw it down the right-hand side. Do get it to Kendavius Richardson, who does get out of bounds. So a manageable 3rd down for us here. We got 3rd and 3, 4 wide set. We got going to try to throw it deep downfield, and that's tipped away as well. Just not being able to connect on that deep ball. 4th and 3. We're going to go for it here, but coach calls a running play, a halfback draw of all things, and Travis Setzer just could not get it going. He's been basically a no-show. I mean, the way this game went, I mean, had to have go away from that running game. A little bit too much for my liking, even as a guy that does like to throw the football a little bit more. And, I mean, no surprises here, man. Not how I wanted to end this season, but we will end up losing to the Michigan Wolverines big in this one, and we will end our very first season as the offensive coordinator on a very sour note. So not only was this probably the worst game that we played in this series, this is probably the worst game I've played in the history of this channel. I'm talking between St. Thomas, Bluffton, Earlham, South Central Louisiana State, the 2 coach rebuilds. And now this series right here, man. We turned the ball over 6 times today. 6 times. This defensive backfield for Michigan was completely on one. And listen, it was a rough day for everybody on the offensive side of the ball. Well, I mean, you want to talk about somebody that, you know, the play calling was terrible, and that's on Maurice Royal, of the offensive coordinator of this team. It was bad decision making by Ryan Fisher, constantly throwing it up into coverage the way that he did in this game specifically. And then, of course, the receivers, to a degree, kind of had a tough time getting involved until it was like far too late. Kendavius Richardson and Dejon McDaniel's stats do look good. I mean, they both have over 100 yards. And Dejon McDaniels even get a garbage time touchdown. But, I mean, when the game mattered, like, it was a no-show for our entire offense. And it's just a disappointing way to end the season. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the National College Football Playoffs. And we saw Iowa not only pull an upset in the first round, but also in the semifinals as well. They make it all the way to the national championship game before taking on the number 2 seed USC Trojans. And USC looked great in this playoffs. They beat Texas by 30 plus points, so they are indeed not back yet, to the dismay of Texas fans everywhere, to the celebration of everyone else in college football. And USC, you know, actually played a close one against the number 8 seed Iowa Hawkeyes. And USC actually does end up winning the national championship. They win by a score of 34-31. And they will be your national champion here in season number 1 of this Realignment Dynasty. So we'll finish the season 9-4, which, to be honest with you, is really not that bad. I mean, 9-4 for our first season, that's pretty good. We'll see if we remain in the top 25 when all the bowl games, all of that stuff is settled. this was a tough one. This was really a tough pill to swallow, just because, I mean, we were blown off the field in the first half, and then, you know, really the second half, they was just cruising around and just chilling. This was a tough day for our team. We do get a coach upgrade, which I will go ahead and deal with later. But that being said, I also wanted to take the chance to take a look at the final passing stats, which, you know, we did some good things passing football. Granted, once again, not all of the stats are set in stone, but Ryan Fisher did lead the NCAA in passing yards. He ends up with over 5,400 yards passing in this season. So that leads the NCAA by a long shot. And there's also one of your custom guys that's in here in this top 5 as well. Julius Fowles, the quarterback of Kentucky. He's going to end up being in 5th place. So, you know, that's a good showing for our guys. Travis Setzer did get to that 1,000-yard benchmark. He ends up with 1,009 yards on the season. So, you know, a solid season for Travis Setzer, despite the fact that we did air the football around a lot over the course of this past season. Kendavius Richardson, another custom guy that was holdover from the last series. Remember, same Dynasty universe. He ends up with 1,387 yards. That is good for number 4 in the NCAA. So a lot of top 5 performances, and, you know, defensively, a lot of Troy guys in the top 5. Kevon Doman, an exception though. He's from Syracuse, and he finishes number 2 in terms of solo tackles. So, and that's even with our defense. You know, we didn't really see any defensive highlights over the course of the year. Tucker ends up with 7 sacks. That's good for 40th. Interceptions, McKinney ends up with 2. But look who leads the NCAA. It's Chris Gentry of Cincinnati. Ends up with 7 interceptions. That leads everybody. So, and that's despite Cincinnati. I don't believe they even made it to a bowl game. So with the offseason just around the corner, kind of want to talk about how I want to proceed with the offseason. And this will also apply with the custom coaches as well. Since we started at a 2-star school, if we want to go to another school after this season, then that school that we're going to has to be at least 4 stars or better. And also, you know, it has to be for an offensive coordinator spot. We can't just make the jump from offensive coordinator to head coach. I really wanted to make this more of a grind so that when we do get a head coaching opportunity in this new universe, it actually feels like we've earned it and we deserved it. Now, that will change, you know, depending on like the prestige. So if next year we end up staying at Troy, for example, and we end up being at a 3-star, then we will have to wait to see if a 5 or 6-star program comes available. So something like that. That's kind of how I want to do things in terms of coaching transitions this off season. But yeah, man, next episode we will have the off season. We'll take a look at the coaching movements, not only for us specifically, if we have any, of course, but also for the custom coaches that are in this series, both Jack Gunner and Justin Jones, since neither of them did get to go to a bowl game here in season number 1. So we'll see if they are allowed to stick around for year number 2, or will they need to look for different positions. I'll leave that for next episode, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed today's content, do me a favor, man, smash that like button, hit subscribe as well if you do happen to be brand new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out here having a good one. Take care, everybody.